Different
I
spot.
think.
Oh, it's really
Yeah, I'm in a different spot. Yeah, I don't know. Does it sound any different from you? Not really.
Not really.
Well, I hope not. I think it's fine. It's just yo, they had to shut down the studio, son. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shut it down, man.
had to shut the studio down. You know. And so I'm sitting in here in the heat. I'm in my garage right now. It's the future studio. This is where I went to studio for real. But
for real.
but it's for real. Like it's not good in here. So if I sound a little sluggish,
it's the heat.
It's the heat. I've got a heat exhaustion.
Hey, it's getting hot too, man.
It is starting to get warm outside.
It's just crazy because I got up this morning to go to HEB, and I opened the door and it was just super foggy. I was like, yo, what?
Foggy? What?
Yeah. I literally couldn't see down the street. It was crazy.
That is crazy. The weather's been crazy, dude. Like, there were, like, tornadoes and hail and...
Yeah. Like, it rained over here yesterday. Well, it was kind of weird. So now where I live, which is far north of where I was, it wasn't raining. So when I was leaving, I was driving into town. It, like, started pouring. So, like, what the heck's going on?
Hey,
and then, like, it stopped by, like, noon. It stopped. And then got muggy, got sunny. And then, like I said, this morning it was super foggy, and now it's just hot.
Gosh, that's terrible, dude. That's what I remember. It's so hot, humid over there, dude. Like,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
And it's crazy. It's not even that south, but it's more south than I am, and I'm just really just like it being muggy, like ugh.
Horrible.
It's miserable. This is why people are terrible in traffic, bro. Because everybody's all humid and hot, and they're like
ugh.
Yeah, you just like you could just chalk it up to that. You could just be like, oh, he ain't mad at me. You know, this
he got
guy.
Hot face.
He just got hot face. You know what I'm saying? Like he's sweaty. He started sweating in the morning and he hasn't stopped sweating. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all it is. It's not you. It's the heat.
It's the heat. It's the humidity.
It's the humidity that gets you. That's what everybody says. It's the humidity that gets you.
The humidity.
But I used to live in Arizona, so I can attest to that. So that's a for real thing.
Oh,
Joe Banks.
yeah, I tell you.
It's the humidity that gets you. You know, like it's what makes you do crazy things.
All crazy, man.
Like
that's probably what it is in Florida. They're not crazy. It's probably just the humidity over there.
Oh, dude, that's definitely it. Florida man.
Florida man.
He's not on meth. He's just it's humid.
It's humid. He got hot face. That's what it is.
He's a regular old man. You know, take Florida man out of Florida, put him in
put him in Alaska.
Nice.
He'll be fine.
Oh, dude, he'd be like he's got a full-time job. He's contributing to society. You know? The Florida man moves to California and becomes governor. You know, like that's
changing the world.
Changing the world. Yeah. Are you living with Elon Musk or what?
I don't know, man. If I am, he's never home.
He ain't never. That man's always working. Was he in outer space? He's in outer space.
He's in outer space right now, man. Him and Jeff Bezos.
These boys are too bored. You got too much money and you're too bored if you're gonna go to outer space. You know, like come on, man.
Yeah, it's just like I've done everything here on Earth. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this to go out of space.
What are they doing out there?
What are they doing? What's
going on out there? I can't see anything. It's always dark out there.
Elon wants to put a Tesla on the moon. That's what he wants.
I want to be the first one, with the stoplight on Mars. Come on now.
Boom.
Come on now. Me and Matt Damon.
Oh, Matt Damon, planting potatoes.
Oh shoot! Hey, speaking of potatoes, I hope I watched the right anime, bro, because it was an adventure today. Like I was watching. I didn't know one of them was a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a movie, right?
Yeah, it was a movie.
Okay, good. I got that right then.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, I got a movie to watch, and then I watch the one that that you told me today. I just started.
Yeah, the audible.
And the audible one. But I had watched the whole thing, watched it, took the notes and everything, and I was like, nice. Okay, cool. All right. And then I look and I'm like, wait, hold on, which one? Dude, it just automatically made me watch like the last one of the series. So I had to watch it twice. I had to watch the first episode. So I was gonna hit you up. I was like, hey, Joe Bengals, have you watched all of this? Because then we could just do the last episode. I'm gonna call it audible now. But I got it. I got it. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm sweating.
Sweating and alive.
And alive, dude. But you know
That's how you know you're alive. If you're sweating, you're alive.
Yeah, but like if you see anything on the news, Texas man wrestles alligator. It's me, bro. It's me.
It's just humidity, got it.
It's just the humidity got the south. He did something crazy. He did something crazy.
Crazy.
Hot. That boy too hot. He's overheating.
Hot. All right. So yeah, we're gonna start with the Star Wars one.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, and 1. Hey everybody, welcome back to Anime Me Pod. It's me, Joangel, with my co-host Sal, and we want to wish you a Revenge of the Sith, because as you know, the last 2 days have been Star Wars days, with May the 4th, May the 5th, and May the 6th.
May the Sith be with you.
May the 6th be with you guys.
And you're supposed to say and also with you.
And also I had to call it audible on Saturday because I forgot it was Star Wars weekend.
And that's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move. Also, you know what? Let me give us a little quick thing here, Joangel. I've been meaning to do this.
Go for it.
Anime Me Pod is a podcast where one anime nerd teaches an anime noob how to watch anime.
How to watch it.
Is that right? I mean,
that's right.
You know what? You're teaching me to love it. How about that?
Teaching you to love it, yeah.
Okay, let me try. Let me try again. Okay. Anime Me Pod. Anime Me is a podcast that is one nerd teaching an anime noob how to love anime.
How to love anime. It's every single movie we watched as a kid growing up.
Yeah, it really
learning
is.
stuff.
Always learning stuff, man. Do they make movies like that anymore? Do people learn stuff in movies anymore?
I don't know.
Or like on TV shows. Remember, like on TV shows, like there'd be there'd be some soft music, and you go ding 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 ding, ding, and you go that bully that bullied you, he's just troubled, hurt people. You know, like that's we learn something.
He's not really mean. He's just it's the humidity getting to him.
It is the humidity. That was the message at every step by step,
every step by step, every bully episode. It was the main messages, guys. It's just the humidity.
It's hot outside. It's hot outside. Do you blame the guy?
Notice if you look at the weather in every single one of those episodes, the sun's out, so you know it's hot.
Yeah, the sun's out, hot, and people are pushing other people. All right, I just wanted to get that out of the way. Tell the folks what we're watching today, bro.
All right, so today, in celebration of Star Wars weekend, we are watching Star Wars Visions.
Yo. I started this and I watched the last episode of season 2. So I know some things. But I think I don't know anything because I watched it and I was like, oh, dude, I can't wait to watch some more of this. And then I watched the first episode of this. I'm like, wait, what am I watching? What did I watch? And then what did I watch again? Because I watched the last episode thinking, I spoiled it all. And then I watched the first episode. I'm like, wait, what is... Okay, but we'll get into it. Let me give us a synopsis of this first episode. We'll talk about why I'm so confused.
Go for it.
Star Wars Visions. A wandering stranger with a mysterious past defends a village from powerful bandits. That's it. Beautiful. That's like...
Beautifully done.
Beautifully done. And it's exactly what it is. It doesn't even I don't even know. It just starts, I think it just goes Star Wars Visions and we're just in the middle of the show. And then there's a stranger, just like they said. And then there's powerful people there. And you go, dang, this is happening really fast.
Yeah, it's just like...
Because how long is this?
This is about 15 minutes.
Like 15 minutes, dude.
15 minutes, dog.
You know what? I busted up my Takis to watch the show, and it took me a little bit to get them open because they've done a new thing to the packaging.
Yeah.
And
by the time you got them open, it was already
the show was up. Yeah, I was trying to pay attention. I was like, oh yeah, let me get my napkins here because they get a little dusty. Let me get some water because they're really dusty. And then I get them open. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do this. Credits rolling. I was like,
Credits,
what the heck?
right?
I missed the whole thing. It's super fast. Like it is super fast.
I love the way it opens because it just like does a pan down from the stars
Mm-hmm.
onto
Mm-hmm.
like
Like they do.
yeah, and then it's all like black and white too. If you even notice,
Oh
it's they do the effect of like the old films where you see the little
yeah.
lines and cracks and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love that choice, man.
Okay, so you know what? I got a little information on this because I've got a not a little bit. I got a little art history in the old background. Okay,
Learn it something,
so
Sal.
I'm about to learn something here. This style, this like choice that was made by the director and the animator and all that. This is like an old like Japanese style, like a callback to a Japanese art form called I think it's pronounced sumi
Sweet.
sumi, and it's done with like a charcoal, and they kind of have these kind of like charcoal. I think it's called kurozumi. Maybe kurozumi is like a black charcoal, and then there's a white charcoal that they also use. I don't remember what the name of the. It's something kind of similar to kurozumi, but this kind of art style. It's like ancient Japanese art style where, and you've seen these like kind of charcoal, kind of like black and white drawings,
Yeah.
and so this is what this looks like, but in a modern moving, dude, I love that choice of this kind of. It's interesting. It looks like moving art, but it kind of looks kind of 3D ish.
Yeah, it has like that 3D feel to it, the way they
Hmm.
animated it.
I always love that kind of like Star Wars. This is very Star Wars. Of course, that's what
Yeah.
this is, Star Wars visions. But this is
Yeah.
like it's set up in like well, they always do it in a what is it? What's there always the thing? It's always
So
the
it's like in
in a
I think it's in
galaxy
a distant
far, far
past
away.
in a
Yeah.
galaxy far, far away. Yeah, so it's
But
that.
but it's not though. Like okay, so it feels like it's like back in Japanese
Yeah.
like samurai days. But then he's got a robot. He's got like it looks like a R2D2, you
Yeah,
know?
he's got a droid that has a hat on top of the head, which
Yeah. He's got
oh,
yeah,
the straw
that
hat.
yeah. He's got that hat on and he's just what is he doing? He's just kind of wandering through a little town, this guy.
Yeah, so his character's called Ronin, and he's just like a wanderer. So
Now, did I get
he's
his
like a
name or
nomad.
did I miss his name, Ronan?
So this is actually in like the description. When I was
Um,
doing my research, I was looking at the storyline of the episode and stuff. And so his
okay.
character is called Ron, or he really doesn't say his name. They just call him like Wanderer and stuff.
Yeah, they
And
call him
so
Stranger
yeah,
or
Stranger
like they
Wanderer.
don't. Yeah, so this whole thing is taking place. I'm watching the show. I watched the last episode of this whole show and I was like, this is a completely different show. It's a completely different take. It's different characters. It's
Yeah,
drawn differently. It's the whole thing and I'm like so I watched that one and then I watched this one. I'm like, okay, so it's what I could gather, which I tried not to do. I tried not to look it up so that you could tell us what's happening here. But what
yeah,
I'm gathering is that they just got a bunch of different artists, and I'm guessing they have like all these artists and directors probably have like a different take on a Star Wars kind of in the universe of Star Wars kind of spin-off. Does that sound about right?
we'll figure out later on in the episode.
Yeah. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. 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 Okay.
Leading it,
Um.
but I do love Umbrella lightsaber
Oh,
when the
dude, that was
bad
so cool.
when the big bad shows up.
Yeah, the big bad shows up, and like well, the other thing that I really love is that everything is in black and white. We
Yeah,
said earlier it's got this kind of monochromatic charcoal feel to everything, and then but their lightsabers and the blaster, like laser lights and lights and everything that's like lit up is a color. So
yeah, all
like
the lights are colored.
that umbrella saber though, he's like all the
Yeah.
sounds. It's all
Oh,
that's pretty good sound for it. And it's like
yeah, the sound designs in Star Wars in general are awesome.
it's
Like,
always
there's just something
so
about them,
great.
man.
Man, it's so cool. Like it's just like I'm watching it like it's Saturday morning cartoons, but like for grown-ups. This
Grown-ups
is I don't
cartoon.
know what the demographic for it is. I mean, it's not terribly violent. I mean, there is some like, there's some sword play. So I don't know if
Yeah,
that's like I don't know if you want I don't know if that's bad for kids. I don't know. I watched it when I was a kid.
uh,
But
it's I guess PG
yeah.
13.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
PG-13. I mean, there's some people that get chopped in half, but
yeah,
if that's sometimes bad. But there were robots, I think, that got chopped in half. So I mean, how bad is
yeah,
that really?
yeah. Really, how about it? And it's
I
cartoon,
mean,
you know.
I mean, we're gonna have to be chopping some robots in
Yeah.
half pretty soon. I mean, with AI the way it's going,
Yeah.
you're gonna everybody
Especially with that
everybody
dog with the flamethrower there that's
Oh,
chilling.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to learn to wield a lightsaber, which I love the way they do this lightsaber on here because they do usually it's just like the what do you call that? The handle. I don't know what they call
Yeah,
it.
it's
It's
like metallic,
it,
like metals
it
and stuff.
they got a name for it, but his lightsaber, the way it's gosh, I don't know anything about any of these words. The way he's holstering it, he holsters it, but
Like
he
a
pull
samurai sword, yeah.
yeah, it pulls out like a
It's like a
sword, so it's
katana.
it's like always on or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that is like the coolest because they get into it. He like comes down because he's like watching everything from afar, and he
Yeah.
comes down and he sees that these people, this nice peaceful village is trying to be like taken over. He gets into it with these baddies,
Yeah.
and when he like pulls, he does this lightsaber draw like real
Yeah, that
slow,
was
and they zoom in,
so
right?
the shot
Because
and the angles. Oh
Oh,
my
it
gosh, dude.
it is so it's like super dramatic and the sound of it, like he every
Oh,
time he like it goes from like no sound, like he's just like fighting and it's quiet, and then as soon as
yeah.
he like unbuckles the lightsaber, it's like
Yeah.
I was like, oh crap, oh, it's going down, dude. It was
I
it's
love
so
it too
cool.
because I think right before or like as soon as she jumps to him to attack him,
Yeah, yeah.
and like he puts his
Oh,
hands out and looks like he catches it with the force, and he's
yes.
just like holding it there. It's like instead this is the
Yeah.
Jedi. It's like bruh,
Oh yeah, and she says it too, and she goes, "Oh
yeah,
snap, you're a Jedi," and the glow from her lightsaber is like glowing off of his like black and white face.
yeah,
It's so beautiful, dude. Like I'm like, oh man, this is like moving art, just like the cine, like I was talking about. Like
yeah,
it's artfully done, and man, the way it's like drawn and illustrated and animated, it's just like.
yeah,
It's so tastefully done that it made me go, dude, I can't believe this thing is only 17 or 15 minutes long. Because I'm like,
yeah.
I could
It's
watch a whole,
a
I could,
whole hour of this.
I could,
On the,
yes, I could watch a whole hour. I could watch this for probably 10 hours, 10 hours
yeah,
straight. Conservatively, I could watch this for
I
10
watched
hours
five
straight.
seasons of this.
I could watch it in one sitting,
Yeah, in one city.
like, dude, it was so cool. He gets up and he's like, before he gets down there, he tells this old man, he puts a cup of, or he puts some like hot water on to boil. And he's like,
Yeah,
by the time this is boiling, you better get this robot fixed.
yeah.
Fix my
Can you fix
droid.
my robot? Here's your time
Yeah.
limit. Go.
I was like, you know what? I think it takes a boiling pot of water like 3 minutes. This guy's got to
Yeah.
fix this.
In
fix,
3 minutes.
fix this. You got 3 minutes. Fix this droid. He's
Yeah.
like, do you not see where I live? I live in the
Yeah.
forest. I've got like, I got a pot of water. That's
A
about
bottle of
it.
water. Yeah. It's like
And the,
I haven't even troubleshooted it. Like it's gonna take me
the
3 minutes to connect all these
yeah.
wires.
I don't. You see a computer around here?
Yeah.
Not one computer.
Yeah,
He
what?
didn't. He didn't have anything out there. He's gonna fix this droid. Hey, but the old man comes through because they had this epic battle. He and this. Do we have her name?
Not really. I didn't really find one. But
We
she
just.
proclaimed herself as a Dark Lord.
I'm gonna say
So
she's
like one of the Sith lords or whatever.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call her Erica Badu because
Erica Badu.
Erica Badu. She has this like this cloak over the top of her head, and
Yeah.
like they start fighting, and she like whips it off, and she's got this huge afro.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, so cool, right? Like
So
I'm just
cool.
like.
Didn't it remind you of Afro Samurai?
I was thinking that exact. That's
Yeah.
why I said that's like she's kind of Afro samurai
Yeah.
throwback. So good. And then they get on this log and they're like having this samurai battle on the log while it's about to go down a waterfall. It's like, oh, they're just up in the stakes the whole way.
Yeah.
Like
This is a fight to the death.
this is like serious. They and you know this probably more than I do because I mean I know a little bit of Star Wars like lore, but they're all like based on old like I think it's Akira Kurosawa. He did like old Japanese films back in the 60s or
Yeah.
earlier. So you know about this stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, like the basis and the ideas of it were like
Yeah.
based off old like samurais and stuff.
So this is like directly, like
Taking it back to
recalled it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 dude. Oh man, I'm loving like this the whole I mean, gosh, dude, I wish this was like
fleshed out even more. I don't know if there is anything. I didn't do any research to go like somebody had to say, "Hey man, this was so awesome
Do more of
that
this
we
one.
yeah, yeah, how about more of this? Like this
Yeah.
is cool. Do more of that."
I do love like while they're moving and stuff,
Hmm.
the way the shadows are drawn because they do like the cross stitch shadows. But as they're
Yes.
moving, as stuff is moving around, the shadows themselves, the way they animate it to move, I love that style and choice because it's almost similar to. Do you remember Fantastic Mr. Fox, where
Yes.
as they're talking, like they're having their fur move at the same time, so it creates more of
Yeah.
that movement. It's
Uh-huh.
like
Uh-huh.
that's what it reminded me of, like those movement with the cross stitch shadow technique, having it
Yeah.
move as stuff is moving. Like, oh, dude,
Yeah, it creates so much more like the texture. I think that's what it is.
yeah,
It's like it's all the texture. It kind of feels very it's very gritty, but it's also like I don't know, kind of warm and soft,
yeah.
like
It gives it more to me. Like it adds more to that 3D-ness that it already has, like that 3D CGI.
hmm.
But yeah, as they're fighting and like they go, he actually goes over the waterfall, lands, gets up. We see him hurt. She jumps down. He's like, because there's like a cabin or whatever looking under at the end of the waterfall, and she see a lightsaber light up behind the waterfall. She's like, oh, okay, I think that's him. He's trying to sneak up. So she like jumps in for the kill, but homie said booby trap, and there's a
Yeah,
statue there. So he put his lightsaber in the statue and stabbed her with another lightsaber.
dude,
the
he busts out the old okey doke,
the
like he
old
got her
okey
with
doke.
the old okey doke, like the oldest trick in the book,
Yeah.
you put your coat on like a back of a chair and then you move it out there and they start shooting at the chair and then lo and behold, I'm right behind you.
Right behind you
It works every time.
every time.
Dude, yeah. Dude, it was like I've seen some old like what's that show? It was like is it Ninja Scroll? This reminded me
Ninja
kind
Scroll.
of Ninja Scroll. I've seen that like as an anime movie. By
Yeah.
the way, not for kids.
Not for
That
kids. No,
no,
don't watch that with the kids.
we're questioning what the rating on this one is. We know for
Yeah.
beyond a
Don't
shadow of
watch
a
it with your
doubt.
kids and don't watch it with your mom.
Don't watch it with grandma. Like it's bad. But like
Spicy.
it had some of that kind of feel.
Yeah.
That whole kind of samurai sword play kind of stuff. Like it felt so not as rated R, but
Yeah, yeah, not to say that. Tone down.
it's also so quick. Like there's no exposition. We just kind of you're just like drawn into the show and it's just like we know what's going on. Like we know how this
Yeah.
is all gonna play out. He's a good guy. He's a
Yeah.
samurai and or I don't know, is he a good guy? Because
No, so
he pulls out a lightsaber and it's red.
yeah, yeah. So his has the red kyber crystal in it, which
Hmm.
that is like red kyber crystals are like strictly like Sith, like baddie stuff when it comes to the Force
Mm,
and stuff like that. But I think he's like so when I delved
did some
into the
research.
research,
Uh-huh.
when I looked for this episode, so it's set like 20 years. It's alternate history set 20 years after a war between the feudal Jedi Empire and the Sith. And so it is kind of like that's why it has that feel of the feudal Japan, old school samurai stuff, because it's like
Hmm.
the world it's set in. But he's
Yeah.
like a Ronin. But I think from what I could tell, and because it wasn't really like much, but from what I could tell is that he's like a former Sith, like he was part of the old resistance who were the Sith. But I think he kind of like had that change of heart and started wandering, and maybe he's like a bounty hunter. And so like that's why you see like all those other red kyber crystals, because that signifies all the other Siths he's killed. So it's almost like he's
Oh,
like going around like tracking
kind
down
of.
like old Sith leaders to bring them down because he like had a change of heart almost.
Okay, so how much of this Star Wars do you know? Like, how much of just like Star Wars knowledge do you
In
have? Do you
general.
have, yeah, just in
I
general?
know some, not as much, just because there's so much when it comes to Star Wars.
Yeah, right. Like
Like,
these guys, like they wrote their own stuff. Like these guys
yeah,
that watched the movies, they were like, you know what? I'll take it from here. They told George Lucas, you know what, George, I'll take it from here. I'm gonna make
I'll
some
take it
stuff
from
up too.
here.
Yeah, and but I was thinking, I was like, and this is the ignorance. Maybe someone's gonna yell at us, but we can't hear you.
Yeah,
We
okay,
can't hear you at all. Why can't he just? And what I was thinking was, okay, maybe he was a good guy and he like killed a samurai. I mean, a Sith
a
and
Sith took
took
their
their
saber.
Saber, yeah, because could he
Yeah.
not wield somebody else's saber? Like I was like, maybe that's what is going on. He's like,
Could be possible. I mean, General Grievous does it. General Grievous has like.
uh,
That's another thing that reminded me of her umbrella
uh-huh.
lightsaber. Is General Grievous. It's just
Ye
like it reminds me. Just General Grievous was the other like I think it was
yeah,
episode 2 where they did the whole fight scene. He had all those lightsabers,
yeah,
and
and
it
they
was just like
spin.
yeah, and they spin around. It's just like they used to call back to General Grievous.
It is. And also, I mean, you're gonna cut something off, so you gotta be careful with that umbrella
Yeah,
lightsaber. It's a it's a
yeah,
little dangerous. It's a little be
yeah. Watch
careful.
out, man.
Be
Yeah.
careful, all right? Yeah, so I was just thinking like, I don't know if this is like I don't know anything about or I don't know a lot about Star Wars. So I was thinking maybe because I watched that other one, I was just like, is this just because are these stories? If I continue to watch this show, are they? It's just like somebody else just kind of made something up, and they go, "This is Star Wars too." And then somebody else made up another like episode 3, and they go, "This is
Yeah,
Star Wars too," and this is happening at a coffee shop. Like
yeah.
they just, this is about the restaurant that they go to,
Yeah.
and they're all like,
This is
dun,
the
dun, dun,
owner of
dun,
the
dun, dun.
bar
Yeah,
that Han shot the dude in.
yeah, exactly. And we're just watching him like live a life. It's like Cheers, except
Yeah,
for
it's
it's
like
like
cheers.
set.
It's all set up to that moment. It goes
Yeah, yeah.
build up to that moment where he's like, dude, my bar.
Yeah, what the heck, bro? Don't shoot stuff up in my bar.
Yeah.
Yes, like is that what's happening here in these shows? Have you watched any more of this?
This is I
The
watched some of it. I haven't
okay,
watched all of
this
it yet. Because
okay, well,
there's 2 seasons, so
okay, yeah. So, do you have any other facts for this show that I don't know?
yeah, I do. So it is an anthology series. So
Okay.
each episode's a different thing. So
Okay, yeah.
at least so for volume 1, which will
Hmm.
be season 1, there's only 9 episodes. And season 2, volume 2, 9 episodes. So there's 18 total episodes, but they're all roughly 15 minutes apiece. So you
Oh,
can go through them pretty quick.
well, forget that whole like me spending 10 hours on it. I probably this is gonna take me 30 minutes. I'm no
30
math
minutes, right?
doctor. I'm no math doctor, but 15 times 9. It's an hour. That's an hour, I think.
It sounds right.
I
It
can do
sounds
that. Yeah,
right.
yeah, sounds about right. My math is sound.
It's
Okay.
sad.
I
So
can do
for
this.
season 1, the whole idea behind the whole thing for the visions and stuff, they went to 7 different Japanese studios to animate just random, like their own stories set in the Star Wars
Hmm.
universe. So Star Wars Vision itself is non-canon to the Star Wars storyline.
Okay, so that it won't follow.
It won't
Yeah.
follow like any of, or it won't, whatever happens won't be canon to the actual storyline of the original Star Wars. Which Star Wars has like a lot of other non-canon stuff too, because there's like so much stuff with how long Star Wars has been around. It's
Hmm.
crazy. But
But real quick,
yeah.
because I'm ahead of you in this show, and I didn't watch anything in between. I just watched the first one and the last one.
The last one.
I'm telling you, like, I don't know how they, dude. If you thought this one was, I mean, like the sound engineering and the way it looked, I watched that last
The
episode,
last episode.
and oh, it looks so cool, and the sound is really cool, but it's completely different. It is like
Yeah.
it is deep into the Star Wars lore. Like you wouldn't,
Yeah.
if you didn't know what Star Wars was, like, I guess you would kind of get a little bit of it. But dude, I was like, this thing is a visual spectacle. Like, it is legit. So get to it. But I gotta bridge the gap between or
Yeah.
watch the other ones. But it just seems like you could just jump around in this. I didn't feel like I
Yeah.
was missing out on anything when I watched that last episode. I was like,
Yeah.
you could watch each one of these by themselves, and they're only 15 minutes long.
Only
Bruh.
15 minutes.
Bruh.
Yeah, so season 1 they had 7 different Japanese studios make their own stories and animate stuff set in Star Wars universe. And for the second season, volume 2, they kind of branched out more and went to other studios across the world. So you had studio from Spain, Ireland, Chile, the UK, South Korea, South Africa, France, India, Japan, the States. Like they kind of opened it up more for other studios to kind of help become like a wider spectacle for season 2. But it's all like I said, they're all their own stories. So they're like kind of
That's
gave
so
them
cool.
like, hey guys, we invite you to come make up your own story set in the Star Wars universe? Like, how would you depict the Jedi? How would you depict the Sith? Would it be like this first episode, which is called the Duel, set in feudal Japan kind of era? Are you gonna set it more in the future? Kind of different styles, different variations, just to like help open it up more to like creativity and for
Hmm.
more people who, like for more Star Wars fans too.
Man, I love this. I wonder, like because I'm not a Star Wars nerd, like if how well this is received by Star Wars fans.
Yeah,
Because as just a casual watcher, I'm like, dude, this is so cool. Like just the idea of it all. Like it's just so like fun and like I want as much
yeah,
Star Wars content as possible. Or
yeah,
Star Wars people are like, man, that's lame. That's
yeah.
but I don't know. There's some
I,
purists out there.
yeah, I will say being, I guess, more of a Star Wars fan than you.
Hmm.
I know how like particular Star Wars fans can get when it comes to new stuff involving Star
Right?
Wars.
Right?
Like you seen the debacle with the new trilogy when the
Hmm.
prequels came out,
Oh yeah.
like how long it took Christian
Hayden.
Hayden to
Yeah.
get the love that, from the prequels. It took him a whole
Yeah.
new series for
Yeah.
everybody to be like,
Yeah.
you know what, you're cool.
Yeah. They finally accepted him. I tell you who we're not
Right.
accepting though. Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar
Jar Jar Binks, no.
Binks
Jar Jar Binks
can
can't get out. No.
you can get out of here, just
Get out of
like
here.
nobody wants you here.
When he
Nobody
wants you, throw him in the
nobody likes
humidity.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, leave
Put
him
that
out there.
man, put Jar Jar Binks in Miami or
Yeah,
somewhere in Florida, and let Florida man take care of him.
that photo I take it
He's practically an alligator.
practically. Dude. The way he lives in the water. But yeah, so this one was animated by Kamikaze Doga Studio in Japan. And so
Mm,
it was directed by Takanobu Mizuno and written by Takashi Ozaki. And so those are for people for that studio that written this one. And they did a fantastic job with it.
they did, they really did. And also, now I don't want to get in the weeds about this because this podcast, I said it earlier, it's about anime.
It's about anime.
Is this? I mean, this is almost anime. Do we kind of give it like it's like anime adjacent because they went to Japan and used anime artists? But like, if I continue to watch the show, I wouldn't say, "Oh, did you watch anime?" Yeah, I watched Star
Yeah,
Wars Visions, and then somebody would like,
that's not
"Get
anime.
out!" Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right? You
Or
know what
you'll
I'm
have one
saying?
person that said that's not Star Wars. You'll have one person that say that's not anime.
Yeah, right. It's neither one. It's neither
Either
one.
one.
Yeah. You know what
It
I'm
gets
saying
into
though?
that
Like,
whole debacle is like with Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, is that not anime, or would you consider that
oh,
anime? People don't consider that anime, even though it's got like the inspiration, the kind of storytelling styles of it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Like to me, I would consider that anime.
Yeah. And as I watched it, I was kind of like, yeah, I'd consider this, like, I mean, it definitely has all the telltale signs of an anime,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, because like even with like the other more like stylized cartoons in America, like King of the Hill, like the way that it was drawn,
Hmm.
or like The Simpsons, or like Archer, like those type of shows are not drawn like the cartoony way, like The Simpsons, Family Guy, or stuff on Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or Disney. And
Hmm.
like there's specific tales. I mean, you can be like, oh yeah, that's an American show, and then like stuff like the Star Wars Visions, Avatar: The Last Airbender, like those have like distinct tales of anime that I would
Yeah.
consider anime.
Yeah, yeah. It's more on the nose, where this one
Yeah,
kind of sits a little bit in the ether a bit,
yeah,
which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think, I mean, it's all welcomed. If it's this cool, I mean,
it's
how
cool.
could you not? It's
I
as long as
mean,
it's cool.
if what do you call it? What was the one we watched during Halloween? Dead Eyes.
Oh, Ajin.
Ajin. Yeah,
Yeah.
that style's like a different
Yeah.
style, but it's an
Yeah,
anime.
yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah. I'll accept it, dude. You talked about how you read and did some like background on like
Yeah.
the storyline of it. Where does that storyline exist? Does it exist outside of this, or is it only on this show? Like, we don't. I can't find this anywhere else. I can't find any more of this, stranger Ronin kind of,
Now
right?
this
It's just
one
here.
is just here. Yeah, Star Wars Visions, the studio did it. Now unless the studio decides to be like, hey, can we expand more of this and work out a deal with Lucasfilms
Yeah,
and Disney?
I guess that's what would happen, huh?
It could expand more into it. It's kind of like how the shows are coming out now, like Bad Batch, Andor,
Hmm.
Ahsoka, Kenobi, like all those are expanding on stuff in the universe. There's I think Bad Batch is like going back to like Clone Wars stuff with the animated
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So they could possibly like take one of these storylines and build more onto it. Like,
I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, they're printing money, or
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like they would just kind of like just see. They've got to know that people are watching these shows,
yeah, they can
and
get the analytics. They know.
yeah, get the
They know they're
analytics. Like,
streaming. Yeah,
yeah. We yeah. They got two more. They got two more. They got me. They got you. We watched
yeah,
it.
we watched it.
That's 1,000,000,002 people that watch this show.
Boom, there you go.
Now I need a full length series or either a movie. Make it happen, George. Make it
Come on, George.
happen, George. You ain't gonna.
Don't be like George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, yeah. Be the good
Be a good
George.
George. Yeah.
Be a good George.
Oh man. All right. Well, hey, that's all I got, man.
I
Clock
guess
talking.
so. Let's walk talk this. I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. I mean, I don't know where the rest of the shows, what the rest of the episodes go, like where, what the interpretation of it all. But I mean, just from this one viewing, if this was a full series, I'm definitely putting it on a list. Like if it was like 15 episodes or whatever, however long I mean, I'd watch it definitely.
Yeah.
But the fact that it was, 15 minutes long, super consumable. I mean, it didn't get into the weeds too much. I already know some of the lore of like Star Wars, so you don't have to give me any exposition. Just like, let's just go.
Yeah. Just jump right into it.
I mean, out of 5 lightsaber stabs to the chest, bro, I'm taking all of them. I mean, like
Take
this
it
is
off.
it's 5 stars. It's 5 stars. 5 stars.
5 stars.
That's the same amount of stars that you should be giving this podcast, by the way, you listeners
Oh
out there.
yeah.
Give
All
us
the
5 stars out there.
stars.
Yeah, watch this show. Are you gonna? So, Joe and Joe, are you gonna continue to watch this show?
I am gonna continue to watch this show. Like I said,
Yes.
I like it when stuff like this, like anthology stuff, happens
Mm-hmm.
because you get more of different like inspirations and stuff. You
Mm-hmm.
get
Mm-hmm.
stuff like this where you wouldn't get normally in the series. Like you'll get like a feudal style Japan, or you'll get more of like some more other characters, or you'll get like just different. The inspiration it brings,
Yeah.
it draws me, and that's what I like when we get into stuff because that's what a lot of people get creative from is they get inspired by other stuff, and we've seen it across all the stuff. Like with Jujutsu Kaisen, the inspiration came from Bleach and other anime. With
Mm-hmm.
everybody like being inspired by other people's creations and stuff. It's nice that studios like this Lucasfilms are branching out and like, hey, can you create something from the inspiration of this? And then you could see the love that these people have for that inspiration. It's like, yeah, you inspired me to do this, so this is what I want. I'll create this to show how much inspired me in my creation. And I think these really play out in that.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, especially because I watched that last one too, the last episode, and I
Yeah,
was just like, dude, like I would never even thought about some of the minute things that are part of the Star Wars universe that
yeah.
you just kind of never address or you just kind of overlook. What'd you call those crystals? What were they?
With
The
the Kyber
Kyber.
crystals. Yeah,
So I'm gonna go ahead and it's not a spoiler, but the last episode has to do with the Kyber crystals, and it's just like, well, this is you don't even think about it. You just kind of watch the
yeah,
movies and you go, oh yeah, there's some sort of crystals or something like. But this kind of fleshes it out a
yeah,
little bit. Oh, dude, I mean, like it's just brilliant. Yeah, I just want to watch everything. I mean, the universe is so vast, the whole Star Wars universe, and it just shows that they could just keep digging and making more
yeah.
stuff up and digging and kind of like just fleshing all of it out and just like it just leaves so much room for creativity and they hit the nail on the
On the
head.
head. It's all in the opening, man. In a galaxy far, far away.
It really is, and it's right in your living room
And that was
on
right here.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus guy.
Watch it.
Watch it. And as you watch that, you listen to this and give both of them a like, guys. And leave a
Hmm.
comment on ours, leave a comment on theirs, leave a comment everywhere.
Yeah, just
And just
comment
let us know.
everywhere.
Yeah, just comment everywhere. Let people know you like stuff. Let people say, hey, you're inspiring me to do this. Because that's what all this comes down to is helping inspire others to create more awesome things that everybody can enjoy.
Yeah.
And be sure to also follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Anime Nepa, where you can find more clips of our episodes and be in the loop about stuff that we got going on. And you can leave likes and comments there as well, guys, and help us grow. And as always, hit the share buttons on our episodes. Let people know that who you're trying to get an anime. Say, hey, check out Anime Podcast. These guys, it's one guy showing another guy how to love and watch anime. And then if we covered a show that you're specifically trying to get into them, hey, show them that episode. Or if you want to
Yeah.
get somebody, let us know so we could do the episode so you can show them our episode to get them into that episode.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Oh,
lost, Joe. Enjoy.
It's all connected, guys.
Yeah.
This show may be non-canon, but everything here is canon. And with that, we will see you on the next one. Sayonara.
Peace.